Hello, welcome to West Ham. Oi, oi. So, Liverpool came to town and, well, thoroughly embarrassed, weren't they? They were all expecting to give us a damn good thrashing, and in the end, they got a bit of a fight, really, didn't they? So, great result for us, great performance all over the pitch, and every hammer is a happy hammer today, tomorrow, and all week, really, you would imagine. So, this is the Oi Oi Show, and looking at the lighter side of the West Ham Live, lots of stories coming out this week. But if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave loads of comments, and do I say subscribe? Go on. But it was a bit of a shocker for the linesman. Yeah, Mr. Tubby on the far side gave their goal, their first goal, well, their only goal really. It was onside, well, actually it was way offside. In fact, both linesmen had a real shocker. So the great thing about after the game was all the Twitter posts? Was all the Twitter posts coming out with the binos and the guide dog and all that kind of stuff. It basically had a shock. He had nowhere to go, and lots of people calling for his head and all that kind of stuff. Let's face it, he had a stupid haircut, he had a tubby belly, and he couldn't keep up with play. There you go. That says it all. So there's not a lot else to say really. I mean, it was just a turn up for the books. It was a definite oi oi result, and yeah, we sent Liverpool back up the M6, M1, M6, whatever, to the northwest with a tail between the legs. Don't come to London thinking you can beat us again. Now, what else has been happening in the news this week? Well, has anybody noticed the club have released a new West Ham training kit? Now, considering we are in February, the club have released this new Vista Blue training kit, and what a marvellous thing it is. And it actually looks pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad looking kit, but it's in February. Surely just, do it at the start of the season. Why halfway? And this is for the 2018-2019 season, not for the whole season, not for next season, unless they carry it forward. So it's a bit, I'm not sure what they're thinking there. So this new Vista Blue training kit is only really going to be around for a couple of months, and then that's it. It'll be out of date. Not sure. More news from the club website this week. Has anybody noticed going on to the club shop, the kind of tat that they're trying to sell, flog now? I've been looking at big wall posters for my lad recently, so I've been going on there and seeing if the club have to offer anything. Now, so this is a freebie bit of advice for the club. Put lots of big wall posters on the site, because little kids and big kids love buying posters. You see? But anyway, so they're selling poxy little photos of Hugill. I mean, Hugill. And I think Reed is on there. They've got Evra. I mean, Evra. Oh. I know somebody might, want, because they're in a West Ham shirt and everything, but they're poxy little photos, like, a couple of quid each, £2.50 each. But, the general state of the merchandising on the club website and on the, in terms of, posters and that kind of thing, mugs, is a bit poor, really. So pull your finger out, club, and get some better stuff for us to go and buy. That's my take on it. Anyway. And the other big news coming out of the club this week is that Manuel Pellegrini has said that Winston Reid, yes, our defender who did get abducted by aliens and wafted off to Mars and never to be seen again, actually might be back in training within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if he is, then he's not going to make it back by the end of the season. So that means he's either going to be sold in the summer, brought back to fitness to be sold, or brought back to fitness to get back in the squad. Who knows? Not sure what's going to happen there. I'm not sure where I heard it, but there you go. Now, the other thing coming out of the club this week, not sure if it's a leak or if it was somebody come up with a mock-up concept of the 2019-2020 kit or shirt, the home shirt and away shirt actually, and it's a bit Victorian dad. It's obviously no collar, but it's buttons all the way down here, and it's all it's a bit baggy and everything. And I thought, well, actually looks quite good. I don't mind it. So whoever came up with the concept, Have a look at there. You know, you can see that it's fitting for us older gents who might go for that kind of thing. But you know, if they could have maybe added just a little bit of a higher collar, maybe a bit of a bow tie, that would have been perfect for that. Maybe some braces as well, very nice too. Anyway, so that's potentially the new kit for next year, and I'm sure they're going to change all the designs now that it's all been let out in the open. Right, more news coming out of the club this week for the game against Liverpool. Everybody's really excited for the game. Let's face it, most people thought that it was going to be a bit of a hard task, but the lads rose to the occasion. I thought we were actually going to get a win, and we almost did. Let's face it. But the great thing before the game was the news that in the match programme they actually put the manager's notes in from the Arsenal game a couple of weeks ago. So complete cock up there by the programme team and by the PR team. So good job there, well done. I know we're still living off that game against Arsenal a little bit, but I think yeah, you need to pay a bit more attention in class, don't you? And last but by no means least, has anybody noticed this new Twitter account that's come up on Twitter? Yes, this new West Ham Twitter account that's Twitterising about West Ham, of course. It's called SP Amma or Spammer or something like that. I don't know. SS_P_Amma. Now, I'm sure it's a little bit of a spoof, but I think it's a mixture of spoof and also a mixture of good source of information there as well. So a couple of the posts have already put out, there have been obvious jokes, but a couple of them have actually been accurate sources of information or actual predictions, I don't know. I always wonder, you know, with these sources of information or, you know, whatever, in the know people, you know, where do they get their information from, or is it just a guess? I mean, I can guess, I can just randomly say something, you know, and 30% of the time I might get it right, you know. Actually, for me, it's probably like 5% of the time because I'm crap at predicting anyway. But you know what I mean? So sometimes, you know, these people got these they hear little bits, you know, they just pick it out of the ether and they're able to you know, share it out amongst everybody else, which is really good. You know, it's good for us all, isn't it? So, you know, good job to all those people who are just giving us information, but this could be a new one for you all to follow as well. So SP Amma, yeah, go and follow him or her. I don't even know it's a her. It could be her. It could be an elderly lady. You know, it could be Mavis, you know, or somebody akin to that. Yeah, just putting out some new tweets, good information, and having a bit of fun at the same time. Right, so it's been another interesting week, hasn't it? We've had Tubby Linesman, we've had Tubby Blind Linesman, haven't we? We've had referees who can't see a foul for toffee, and we've had almost handbags at dawn between managers. You know, Jurgen Klopp thinking, we must win, why don't you let us win? And Pellegrini saying, bugger off, you know, to you Liverpool people, this is London, this is Stratford, this is the London Stadium. So, anyway, great performance from the lads. It's been a oi week. Okay, so if you like the video, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, leave loads of comments below, down there somewhere, and give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Go support or subscribe to Irons United because they're really cool, and follow all the lads on Twitterising or Facebooking or whatever it is these kids do these days. Could even be Instagram, I don't know, I'm a bit too old for all that sort of stuff. And roll on next Saturday for Crystal Palace. Catch you then.